everybody, Snoot City, back with episode 5 of the San Andreas series. HUDless, crimeless. Today's episode, we're going to finish off these pesky paramedic missions. We were so close yesterday, and we had one of those misinput. It was a horrible one, too. As far as cars are concerned, I am not allowed to hijack, but I can steal parked cars. As much as I'd like to take that, I figure there's no reason to commit unnecessary crime. Not the biggest fan of that. What is that? It's either the Alpha or the Jester, one of those. Ballas. Just to go over the rules, if I kill a person, it's a session ender. I have to reset the session. I'm trying to keep property damage and wanted stars to a minimum, but you know, they happen. Those aren't session enders. They're just kind of bad looks on my part. I'm attempting to get max vehicle stats like bike, bicycle, driving, possibly flying, as well as the paramedic, the pimping, taxi missions, firefighting missions, possibly vigilante missions. See, the goal is to have the 0 kills, so the vigilante missions are going to be a real big thorn in my side. Even the pimping missions, we're going to have to get around the having to kill the Johns sometimes. That's what happened with the pimping run we tried. I figured it'd be best to get the paramedic missions out of the way first. And lucky us, there it is. There's the ambulance. Something I always do is I want to leave these as long as I can. No wasted, no busted allowed. That's a session ender. Time to redeem ourselves for yesterday's session. Personally, I find doing the missions over here on this side of town rather than doing them over by Grove Street over here. He tends to be a lot easier to deal with just because the road layouts are a lot more straight. There's really a lot less hills. HUDless on the paramedic missions isn't horrible, but there is a lot of pausing. Nice, off to a good start. Normally these first couple ones aren't too bad. Now this person's over here. I say it on each episode I do these missions. I would rather have a person be, you know, 4 or 5 blocks over rather than 1 block over. With her it's not so bad because I did manage to milk some time out of that 15 seconds. But the majority of people, when they give you that 15-second boost, you better be damn fast, because that 15 seconds, really, you're probably going to be losing time. Between both of these people, for 30 seconds, I may even be losing a little. Oh, yeah, he ran right into me. Between these two people, because they're only a block away from the hospital, I'm actually probably losing a little bit of time. As opposed to if I'd have to drive down to the marina or South Beach. I find that the paramedic missions don't really get to be a slog until like level 6 or level 7. Right here at the beginning, it's not hard to deal with. Hey, adorable, you can sit up here with me. Straight down about 2 blocks. As a kid, I was never able to do these paramedic missions. Now, it's one of the first things I do on starting a run. The paramedic mission might be the single most useful mission in the game. it doubles your health bar. The vigilante mission is kind of nice to have, but for how difficult it is, it's almost hardly worth it. Unless you're going for 100% or something, of course. I said this last episode as well, too. The dilation of the map is something that's always bugged me. We can clearly see we're, like, at the turn, ready to make the turn, right? But you look at the map, the point of this little icon is we are at the tip of the spear. But for me, I've always perceived it as we're more, at the crosshairs over here. So when I just glance at the map, I know there's a road, and I'm ready to turn on it. But this makes it look like I have to go down a whole nother block. I'm already starting to feel that bad habit slipping in. I have a heavy right hand, and with a heavy right hand comes the risk of tapping R3. Level 4. 4 people. They're all on this one drag. That's nice. Fortunately, I won't be able to get these 3. I'll probably have to get these 2 who are just piddling around in the ped mall. That's the real downside and the trade-off of doing these missions in market. Occasionally you'll have these assholes who oh, hey, bud, he's standing right here. Occasionally you'll have these assholes who like to stand down there in the depths of the ped mall. You really gotta go in and probably gotta go in there and find this guy. Oh, yeah. This is just a leap of faith, too. And there he is, If I was bleeding to death, I would, I'd take the time to go stand by the road, but... the trade-off for that, though, is while you're dealing with these people in these stupid spots, like down in the pedestrian mall there, or over standing in the graveyard, if you were to do the mission over at Glen Park, you're going to... you have to deal with bridges, and those are almost as bad, if not worse.
Careful, kid.
Quick little pause, see the state of things. I actually missed my target. He must have been standing on the corner. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to say at the start of the session. Today is Father's Day. If you're a child and you have a father, or if you are a father and you have a child, make sure you celebrate. Life is short, as she about realized. Life is short, so enjoy those in it while you have them. That's for true. Yeah, poor guy. If he would have had the mental cognition and wasn't bleeding half to death, maybe he would have realized he's only 30 feet away from the hospital. With 1 minute left, I kind of got to buckle down a little bit. Probably get this guy. Hook on over to Pershing Square over there. Almost missed my turn there because of that map dilation. Unfortunate as it is. Good, good. Sometimes you almost feel like you're going the wrong way. Pershing Square. I have spent, honestly, hours here. Because I used to get busted and wasted all the time as a kid. Up 34 seconds. At this point, there really is no reason not to swing past the hospital and drop these lads off. I also normally recommend against trying to cut over that. I've ruled more than one ambulance, as well as a couple pimp mobiles attempting that curve. One of my lesser favorite spawns is this person right here. Running this mission, I've run into this NPC quite a bit. There's no road. You gotta hook through an alley to get back to the main road. Which is kind of a pain in the ass. These main lines are great. Almost like arteries, really. Here comes the rain. Unlike how it is in real life, this rain would be glorious. Here in my town, it is sweltering today. I think he's, what, one more street over? For sure he is. Right here, this graveyard over here. I was talking about the pedestrian mall. Oh, hey, thanks, Will. Good luck with the ambulance mission. Well, thank you, King. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, on yesterday's episode, I made it all the way to level 11, and my dumbass actually tapped R3 and canceled, so I gotta redeem myself somehow. Quite honestly, the same thing is probably going to happen tonight. I'm not looking forward to it at all. Level 6, this is the last one that you can really kind of piss around with. 2 groups of 3. Yeah, let's head up north. For missions like this, it's usually best to leave the fellows closer to the hospital for last. Probably gonna hook up on the main line and get these 3. Right, of course, a right turn. No property damage, please. Thank you. With the ambulance mission, I never really messed around with it, but to save a little bit of time, you could take a chainsaw to the doors, or you could like punch them with a baton until they fall off. You will save a lot of time, maybe up to 1 or 2 seconds for each NPC. It is a noticeable difference if you're ever struggling with the paramedic missions. Another one is get the timing down. Even if you do still have the doors on, that timing will make a world of difference. If you take off driving as soon as they're hopping up in there, that's another second or 2 for you. I'll try to demonstrate with the door. I'm sure people who had cops try to arrest them, boom, that's right about perfect. If I would have taken off the first time, I'd have been just a little too fast and he would have fallen over. That's the trade-off. While you can save a second or 2 by taking off quickly, if they do fall, you're going to be losing 3 to 4 seconds. The ambulance is unique in that when they hop up onto the back, it has really good physics. As soon as they stick their foot onto their metal bar and they start stepping up, you can actually back up the ambulance and you will not run them over. Let's see if I can't demonstrate with this fella. Come on, come on, come on. Get on in. As soon as he steps up, we're ready to go. I chose to go forward because I'm in a bit of a hurry, but as soon as he steps up, you could have even backed the car up and you will not run him over. It's just the way the physics works in San An. It's a right turn. I knew it. The inversion of the map really gets to me sometimes. I just have these, like, little brain shits where I can't think.
Get a move on.
This is something that's always been magical. The orange filter of San Andreas is something that just appeals to me. I'd love canvas oil art of this. Sometimes you can see blues in the sky as well with it, especially when it's like just approaching dawn or like dusk. Here in the city, you know, you can't really get that great of a view of the sky and all that, but once you get out into Red County, once you hop on the intersection, whoop, just like that. Can't run them over. Looking at a clean 40 seconds from this fella. 38 seconds, a little greedy. Downtown section of Los Santos is always a pretty attractive area of town. My town has like 3 restaurants and a movie theater, so this is a place where I've always really wanted to go. The idea that it's like, oh, you can have fast food that's not McDonald's? That's absolutely foreign to me. 2 theaters on the same street. Two minutes left, level 7. I didn't realize it was level 7 yet. Gonna have to buckle down just a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1. I haven't been super efficient with my divvying out. As long as I buckle down, it should be fine. That's a pretty big hit. We got another NPC down in the Ped Mall, as usual. It's just dangerous going down there. You'll flip your car. You'll lose time. It says he's here. I don't see him. Oh, this is just awful. There he is. He has a death wish, I swear. Yes, I know that I'm dying, but surely you can back that ambulance up another 4 feet. Nah, can't. Take me a quick little sip of the Baja Blast. This video not sponsored by Mountain Dew. Baja Blast is great. Try it. They used to only sell it at Taco Bell. I actually worked there when they did. I'd always get free Baja Blast. Wish I still got free Baja Blast. Enjoy it over a nice cup of cold ice. Not actually 100% sure where this next NPC is. Oh no. Oh. That's the downside of doing these paramedic missions in the center of the city. You'll get these NPCs in just the worst areas. Oh man, and you'll have these brain dead people who see a car coming, and that's a 40-second loss from this fella at least. Ah, my impatience got the better of me. Get in.
Hey, you Papa, get back here.
If I would have hit one of those NPCs and they would have lost their life, that would have been the session. As much as it sucks losing like half a minute, it has to be done. I like that there balla tag. Every time I wonder if this is the right street, I just look for that there ballas tag. We don't have access to the spray paint, unfortunately, yet, so all tags, they don't really mean nothing. The spread for this particular set of paramedic missions is awful. When you have a group of 4 like this, especially when they're away, when they're a ways away, it's horrible. Yeah, the pedestrians in this game, man, they have a death wish. I had a run the other day end because a cop jumped in front of me. I don't know why they do it. I don't know if it's indicative of California life or... It's really punishing, though. You try to do these no-death runs. The game alone is, you know, how are you going to beat San Andreas without killing somebody? That's nice. I like those little ZR 350s or whatever you call them. The little Corvette clones. We've actually already seen Infernuses in this run, even though we haven't hit Grove Street yet. And as depressing as it was, we were not able to steal them and put them in a garage. The Infernus, one of my favorite cars in the game, as I'm sure it is many people's. It's fast, handles half decent, not the greatest. If you ask me, the Infernus is the best car you can get earliest on in the game, as opposed to something later that comes like the Bullet. The Super GTs are also available early game. I actually did not know that when I was younger. But I prefer the Infernus to the Super GT just because of the handling. The Banshee, I actually loved the Banshee in Vice City, but the Banshee doesn't really get too much love. It's a little bit slower than the Infernus and the Super GT, and I feel like it's a little squirrely, just for what it is. If you like convertibles and drop tops, it's very stylish. Alright, I suppose I should probably hook back up on that main line and pick that fella up to the north. I can get these 2 stragglers out of the way and then go pick up the 3 who are hiding under the Mulholland intersection. Firefighting Missions has a much worse issue with it, but that Mulholland intersection is horrible for when you're doing these missions. You'll have NPCs who appear on top of the intersection, you'll have them appear on the bottom of the intersection, and there's no easy way to get from the top to the bottom without the jetpack. You really gotta go out of your way like blocks and blocks and blocks to hook on over here or to get off on one of these. One of these offlines actually takes you into the hills of Richmond. So once you're up there in the hills, then you got to come down from the hills. There's no reason to drop this fella off at the hospital. I'm just going to turn on the sirens, hook the main line, run it all the way down. At this point, I probably should have gone to the left of the little divider. One more street down, not a problem. Back to Pershing Square. A nifty feature that I would have loved for the paramedic missions that, you know, I get why they didn't do because it might have been a pain to program. They should have had the option to take these pedestrians to either hospital. If I had the ability to like run on over to Glen Park from here, it would be so much quicker, just because the ease of the layout. It's right down the road. Or like maybe if when you're out in Red County, if you'd be able to, run him over to the Blueberry Hospital or wherever it is. Yeah, there's as much as I want to get greedy and pick one more up, it's just in my best interest to drop these guys off. Excuse me, darling. This level and then 3 more. That's like another 6 or 7 trips to the hospital. It's really not too bad. I just can't let the nerves get to me. I also can't click that God's forsaken R3 button. A rollover right now is not in the cards. I can see the future, and I'm telling you that a rollover is not a possibility. The Pimp Mobile, I'm pretty sure that's what they're just called, or the Hermes in general, the one with the roof. Both of those cars I find have actually worse handling than the ambulance. The firefighter even has a little bit better handling. It's just the Pitmobile gets to be a little more wieldy because of its small size. I don't know why they designed it like that, or if it was even on purpose. That Pitmobile, it'll flip from the slightest breeze. Left. Busy intersection over here. Here's the spot in one of the missions where you find the green saber. As a kid, I always wanted to get a green saber. I'd take it to a pay spray shop, put it in the Grove garage just to feel like a big baller, really. I'm losing time over this guy. Just standing in the depths of nowhere, you know. They know that ambulance is coming for them. What do they care? More property damage. It's always the taxis. Always the taxi drivers. Or the police. I actually do have 3 stars already attained and evaded in this run. I just passed a Stallion. That's the San Andreas version of the Mustang. Big fan. I am going the wrong way. This might be a bad wrong way. If I just had the option to swing on over and drop my guys off at the hospital right behind me, it'd be so much easier. I would save an entire minute. Let's see how long it takes me. From 2:17, I'm suspecting I won't get there until 1:30.
Look where you going!
Just getting tilted at this point, really. Take a sip of the elixir. This video not sponsored by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Even when you're short on time, this center section is not a smart cut. It can be done, but all in all, it's really just a flip threat. The math is not mathing. This is not a horrible spread, but it's also not a very good one. There's no really like clear defined groups of 3. Maybe I'll get these 3 first. Head up to the north, see who's there. Always better to get the ones further away to get a little bit more time. Hop on in. Ah, just a little too early. I was thinking it may have been. That should be enough to get to him. This guy up here on the main drag will probably give me a 40, 41, 42 seconds. As long as I can stay up above a minute, it's gonna be good enough to keep me going. Ah, I was wondering where he was. Lucky number 3, and I have a full ambulance. Do I not know grade school math? I might not. What a loss of time. $40. I don't like it. It's not the end of the world, especially if I get a little bit of time for dropping off. Yeah, that 25 seconds is just enough to keep me topped off. Who does not love a beautiful woman in a suit? Something I always quite liked about San Andreas. They got a... When I was like at 10, they had a cute collection of NPCs. And they got ladies in suits and skirts. And I actually missed my street.
Get out of the way.
They have this designated on the map as a street, and you know what? I don't think it is a street. I would argue that. It's gonna be the two guys by Pershing Square for sure. Property damage, not the end of the world. Doesn't feel good though. Hook to the right. This one's been a little bit stressful, honestly. I really got a monkey on my back, if you will, or a chip on my shoulder about what are you doing, officer? About making it to level 11 and then, you know, clicking R3 out of the mission. That really bugged me yesterday. I pretty much have to defeat it this time. The way the universe works, I highly doubt I'm going to. But especially getting the paramedic missions done before hitting the first Grove Street cinematic, again, I can't count to 3. Getting the paramedic mission before hitting that Grove Street first cinematic is something I've never done before. I've never actually maxed any skills, done any of the missions before Grove Street. Never had any cars. I've never had a house. Nice. There's another NPC who just did the classic San Andreas dive. Three seats free. It is a horrible spread because of my incompetence. With 37 seconds left. This one up top, I'm really counting on a big time game. Yeah, thanks, my brother. Here's hoping. As long as I buckle down, you know. Give me that 40 seconds. Expecting like 30, 35 from him. Oh man, that is as depressing as it may be with only 1 minute left and a whole trip to Pershing Square. Get out, get out. Really, all I can do now is turn on the sirens, hit the main line, and go block down. He was on this block, right? Yeah. Flip threat, flip threat. Stairs? Stairs are a horrible idea. Never want to mess with them. Get in. Let me through, let me through! This man is dying! I missed my road.
This 1024 authority running a lot of drugs.
30 seconds, level 10, back up to a minute. Let's go. The spread for today's missions has just been awful. We have 2 groups of 4 and a group of 2 down by the beach. I need a group of 3, simply to get the time bonus. There's no reason not to go north and get these guys. As much as I didn't want to turn around. There's one up this street. Hop on in, mister. Misses.
You idiot!
That was close. Could have been another wanted star there. Really rather keep those to a minimum. There's another street up.
Yeah, you
This cutie right here. Alright. Frankly, I think it would be a better idea to get the guy by the tennis court.
You better just move it. Oh.
I think he was on the south side of the court. Just to be sure, you know. Why not check in? Yep, indeed he was. South side of the court. Up and in. Nice. I'm not really comfortable yet. Not at a minute 43. But I'm also not rushing to death. That trip to Pershing Square. Oh, one of the Banshees. I was talking about these earlier. I wouldn't not be happy to get it early game. It's just like, as far as dream cars in game go, it's not my number one. That's going to be the scheme. It's going to be these guys on the left flank. I say left, and then I make a right turn because the dang map is inverted. I really wish they had an option to switch that. I don't really have more than like 20 brain cells up in here, so it gets tough sometimes. One up.
Give me drugs!
Good. Something I've noticed about the game, just probably the way the spawns work. Once you see one of these rare cars, you're going to start seeing it more and more. Because I saw that one Banshee Now we're in Banshee spawn territory. We're probably gonna see a couple more, at least until I leave the area, which I'm about to do. Hitting the marina now in the South Beach, Verona Beach, not South Beach. Give me that 35 seconds, please. 45, even better. I'm not a greedy man. I'll take what I can get.
Thanks, homie.
She is. She's down on the pier. This makes me really nervous for any NPCs who may just appear out of nowhere on the pier. Oh, this is so depressing. She's actually below the pier. That 45 seconds is going to have to make up for a little bit of this time loss. Fortunately, this is one of the main drag roads, so I can really get to bombing up north. Faster, faster, faster. The donut is always the sign, and take your turn. Excuse me, officer. Yeah, honestly, without getting too greedy about it, I think we may just have pulled ourselves out of that time loss. Another Banshee. Straight into the left. Probably would be better to take a left here and just hook to the right. It's not really a make or break, but smart street distribution is kind of important. While it wouldn't have mattered which street I went, it matters for the direction my ambulance is pointing once I pick them up, if that makes sense. So that's something that you stack up your smart street distribution. You mix that with your ripping the doors off of your ambulance, and you're gonna save like between 5 to 10 seconds on each person. If you ever are struggling with the paramedic missions, it's a really good way to get into them. As a kid, they seemed almost impossible to me. I should have gotten one more. It's not too late, I suppose. Another thing is, if you want to get a time bonus when you drop your patients off, you're going to really need to have 3 in the tank. Otherwise, you don't get a bonus. Where the hell? Where the hell? It looks like there's a straight road because the intersection's right above us, but there is not. Probably down one more. It's actually up a block.
Thanks.
Yeah, again, I know I really don't stop complaining about it, but this Mulholland intersection is nothing but a pain, really, when you're doing these missions. As much as I love getting on it and driving, because I could drive on that loop for hours, with these missions, I'd rather just not be in the game at all. That'd be the trade-off I would make. Let's do the cut. Straight through the gap. If there's a gap you don't go for, you are no longer a racing driver. That's what they say. This one's a pretty simple way to get back. Hop on this main drag and take it over a couple streets. And then we'll be back at level 11, exactly where we were yesterday when it all went kaput. Man with a death wish. This is the street we gotta turn on. He's standing in an alley. I think he's standing in this alley. Yes, sir. Yeah, yep. That R3 on yesterday's attempt, I made it to level 11 and I pressed R3. It's truly depressing, you know. You feel your heart drop in your chest, and it's not the end of the world, you know. It's just what 30 minutes of your life gone, but holy shit, man, it is. It is a real hit to the morale.
What in fuck's name are you doing?
A little more property damage there. Getting a little too rushed on my part. As long as when I check in after this mission, if I'm still under $100 property damage, I'm gonna be happy. Before I started, I was at about $60 property damage. Alright, here's where these last two missions, these ones aren't no joke. This is where the distribution's gonna have to be smart. Let's get this immediate group of 3 just to make stuff a little less overwhelming. T-Bone Mendez model there. One of the later characters in the game. He works with the FBI agent. I can't remember his name, but since we're going north, might as well knock. Oh man. There's really no need, no reason not to get this one, as much as I don't want to. I like to attempt to get the ones further away from the hospital first. Excuse me, Mr. Taximan. Good. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Maybe I could stay above minute 30 by the time I get these people dropped. The Vigilante mission and the Pimping mission, they allow you to get out of your ambulance. Or, they allow you to get out of your respective vehicle. In the Paramedic mission, if you get out of the ambulance, it's an automatic failure, which is a real pain in the ass. Let's get these 3. Down 2 roads to the right. Just to be sure this is the correct way. It's not. It is not. Sometimes you have to decide whether, you know, which side you want to run to, and if it's worth to... Oh, and in furnace, I just plowed into one. Sometimes you really got to determine if it's worth turning this big boat around. Sometimes it's not worth taking the time to turn it around. You might as well just bomb down the street. But in this specific case, I think it is a good idea to turn around. Well, since we just ran into that furnace, if we're lucky, the spawns may stay the same. We might start seeing a couple more of those.
What's the holdup?
Super GTs, I haven't seen any of them in this run yet. Any of the other rare cars. There's one that I really like. It looks like a Blista Compact with like a vent. It's called a Flash. Handles very nice. It's low to the ground. Oh, I actually missed my street. But yeah, the Flash is low to the ground. It's compact. It's a hatchback, and the thing drives. It's like a speedy little thing. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hop on in. Ambulance full. With 3 minutes left, I'm starting to feel much more comfortable. By the time this series of ambulance missions is over as well, we also should be able to afford another house. We already have 2 of the properties owned. We have, oh, pardon me, I think it's only 1 of the properties owned, unless I'm mistaken. Can't even see it right now, but I own the one over here, by the OG Loke missions. Not on the beach, but, alright, let's head north and get these guys wrapped up. It's been time for a while, but as long as I really buckle down, the end of level 11 is near, and then it's just going to be that one slogging level 12 with like 20 people to pick up. And then that should be the run. Ambulance 100% and firefighter 100% before hitting the Grove for the first time. Grove Street, home. At least it will be after I get all my skills up. I actually missed someone. How embarrassing. It's not the first time. Not the first time I missed a blatantly bleeding out pedestrian. I also missed another one. For some reason he's standing inside the court. I hate it. I hate this area of town because they like to stand in stupid places. Make my fat ass into the graveyard. Go straight through the tennis club. Come on. Least y'all could do is get to the street for me, huh? This probably will be a 100% playthrough, to be honest. Right now, I have like weird self-set rules. My attempt at this is to get no murders. I want to get max driving skill, max bicycle skill, and possibly flying, as well as the paramedic missions, the pimpin' missions, the taxi missions, the firefighting missions. I'd love to have the vigilante missions, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. I want to get all of that done before I head to Grove Street for the first time. You can't see it because I'm in a mission, but on the map I still have it where it says CJ over here on Grove Street. Right there. I haven't, where he's like Grove Street, home. I haven't done that yet. So I want to roll into Grove Street and be a big baller. And then from there we'll sort of suss out where this run's going. Really the idea of this run is to be a quote-unquote crimeless run. But how feasible is that in a game called, Grand Theft Auto? I want to keep the wanted stars to a minimum. I want to keep property damage to a minimum. And I want to keep kills as low as possible. But with all that said, I am going to go for 100%. Yeah, it's like a role play run, really. But I'm not like doing hard role play, where it's like, I gotta follow the rules of the road. I'm not that crazy about it. I just want to be a big baller, that way when Sweet and Ryder start talking shit, I can be like, whatever. Y'all don't know how to fly a plane. Ambulance is full, okay. Still got time, still doing good. Straight back where I came from. Actually, I should probably just get the one at the top and come back down. Yeah. We'll celebrate once we get to the hospital again. I'll take another sip of the Baja. This video not sponsored by Mountain Dew. It could be.
Ah, jeez.
This is my turn. Death Wish. It seems like it's always the cops who like to do that diving shit too. I've seen other pedestrians do it, but I swear, like, nah, 7 out of 10 times, it's always a police officer. I don't know why. Whether they're hard-coded more to do it, or I just get unlucky and happen to run into more officers. Please move. Alright, alright. The aforementioned sip. Aerate it. Taste it. That's a 10. Looks like we have, this one's actually better than level 11, if you ask me. We have some pretty distinct groups here, even though there's like 5 here. Let's just get these stragglers. I'll probably get these 3, just to make it a little quicker. Group of 3 right here. Group of, like, 3 here, and a group of 3 there.
Look where you going.
With only 1 minute left, I'm not really a fan of this. I might as well just drop her off. First and foremost, I need time. So what would be most important is to head down and pick this one up. Get another 45 seconds from the ones in Verdant Bluffs. Plus, it's just straight down the street. I can bomb down, pick up like a group of 3. Feels good. Property damage. Normally I don't like to mess with the siren, but when you're really in a hurry and you want to avoid cars, it's okay. You can never really tell what direction they're going to turn, which is what I find a pain in the ass. But if things go well, they will part they'll part down the middle like the Red Sea, you know, make me feel like Moses. Seats free, 1. Who's the lucky lady? Gonna be this one. Hop in, hop in, hop in. 34 seconds. Boosting me back up to plus 2 minutes. Oh, there it is. There's one of those flashes I was talking about. I love that car. I used to think the Ballista Compact was actually a pretty decent little ride until I drove one of those flashes. The Flash. Let's get this. I like these because they're so close, but it would actually be smarter if I went from the top down. All the way up, all the way up. Keep going. Don't be shy, just to be sure. Yeah, so I'll go up 1 more here. Where's my guy? My man. Here we go. There he is. Femboy Nation. Hook down, we'll pick up this one. Pretty sure it's to the left. Ah, again, he's chilling inside of that damn tennis club. Can I get in? I can. Get in, get in, get in. Get in! If I would be willing to lose a little bit of time, I could keep these three all gathered together, and that would be really nice, actually. Suffer a little bit now to make things a little easier later. Oh man, yeah, as long as I don't get stupid, you know, I'm starting to get a really good feeling. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling. Feeling good now. Whoa. That can't be shown on YouTube. Uh, when I was like 7, I used to really enjoy those NPCs in the skirts. uh, Whoever designed the game, you know, I think they did pretty good. Seats free. That's 2 sets of pickups. Let's just get the nice group of 3. Get them out of the way. At this point, I'm not even putting my hand on the right stick. I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. When I drive, normally I like to, you know, look around with the stick, make things a little easier. But, you know, why even risk it? I've already got the biscuit. It's cooking in the oven right now. That's a trick you get used to when you drive cars with hydraulics. Instead of using the left to look around, you use your L1 and R1. Four minutes left, and there is no reason I can't be smart about it, right? These police are going crazy on their bikes. They want to stop me. Sometimes I feel like the game knows when you're approaching the ends of missions, and it starts, you know, laying extra stuff at you. The nerves, I'm feeling them. As much as this would be a bad idea normally when you're doing the paramedic missions, I really do have time to just back up and pick this guy up. Come on, fella. Hop on in. We're not in a hurry, it's fine. That wound doesn't look critical at all. Down another street, over to Pershing Square. Shit. I actually even took a wrong turn, too. Hey, what does it matter? We're taking the scenic route. Lucky number 12, where are you? Tonight we celebrate with IV bags full of, well, they could be full of whatever. There she is. Please don't kill yourself. Oh man. It's like the universe is conspiring against me. Yeah, come on down here into the drain. I'm not going into the drain. It's so close, I can taste it. Just the thought of pressing R3, right? uh, uh. There it is, gentlemen. Shout outs to my boy Will, sticking it out, watching from the start. Appreciate you, my brother. Let's go and take a look at the properties for sale. We just got so much more money, might as well spend it. Really, right now, there's only two options. That's the Willowfield house or the Roland Heights. Probably go and pick up the house in Balla's territory. Since the mission is completed, really right now the only thing to worry about is that we don't accidentally run someone over on the way there. I'd also like to avoid wanted stars, you know, but it's not the end of the world. Let's recap. Right now, that is maximum bicycle skill paired with 100% paramedic missions to get the double bar, and firefighting missions, which allows CJ to be fireproof. Again, all before Grove Street. I've never done it before. I'm sure many have. No cheats, HUDless, relatively crimeless. It was enough to afford the house. I actually don't know how much money I have, and I don't think there's a way to view it unless I turn the HUD on. I'm sure it's enough, but once we start getting into buying weapons and stuff, if I do open the door to killing people later, it's going to be a real pain. Well, let's make this official. Drop the save before the game crashes. BMX, the second save. Just before the run ends, I'll spiel over my saves a little bit, huh? I have one of these, I can't remember which, was a legitimate run. Almost 100%, but not quite. And one of them has cheats. That's why I got them down there. This is my recent run. I'm doing that in my real life just for fun. And this is my roleplay run. It's crazy. I already have 14 hours into it, apparently. I've only done like 3 or 4 episodes so far. But save again. Well, everybody, that's Snoot City on the paramedic run. It only took us 2 tries. Before I get out of here, I'd just like to wish everyone a happy Father's Day. Whether you're a father, whether you have a father, even if you don't have a father, it's a symbolic thing. Enjoy the day. Enjoy your family. Go be a good friend to someone. Thanks for watching, y'all. I hope you have a great day. Snoot City out. Make sure you like and subscribe. I got Oblivion roleplay runs coming and more San Andreas Crimeless. Hey, y'all take care now. Snoot out.